Okay, my name is Charles Ajasi. I'm an associate professor of development finance at the University of Stellenbosch Business School, and I came with a group of students to visit Morocco for the international study tour.
I'm Tracy Adamson, an MBA student at the University of Stellenbosch, currently a part-time student. I live in Cape Town, South Africa, and at present I am a strategic risk manager in the banking sector.
My name is Victor Mutenya. I am from Namibia, but I'm doing my MBA through the University of Stellenbosch.
Hi, my name is Mark Oosthuizen and I'm currently an MBA student at the University of Stellenbosch in Cape Town, South Africa.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nisar Ahmed. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a qualified pharmacist and I'm currently studying towards my MBA at the University of Stellenbosch, also in Cape Town.
We came for on ESCA's invitation, and I think this has been a wonderful program or tour for us. Culturally, we learned a lot about Morocco. In terms of international economics, or what we've learned now as geopolitical economy, has been very useful. We've learned a lot about North Africa and about the role Morocco is playing in North Africa. And then in terms of, so ESCA has been a very wonderful host and has organized this very well. In terms of Morocco, I've learned a lot about Morocco, which I didn't know before. And actually I'm surprised and impressed, with what I've seen in Morocco. It's been wonderful. It's been very good. Wish it was more than a week.
My knowledge about Morocco was firstly Casablanca, the movie. I had watched that before, so one of my ideals was coming through to Morocco, specifically to Casablanca, to experience RICS, and that's just a sideline as a young individual. Further to that, I knew that Marrakesh was a special part of Morocco, and that it had a unique type of lifestyle in comparison to that of Casablanca itself, which I was assuming was going to be a more traditional experience. My perception of Casablanca in particular has, however, changed.
My perception of Morocco has been changed greatly. I thought it was a typical Middle Eastern country, but I was surprised to learn that it's actually a very open society. The concept, for example, of Morocco is an African country, Morocco is a Middle Eastern country, Morocco is a Mediterranean country, and Morocco with a huge European influence. So that was actually a very good eye-opener for me.
To be honest, not very much. What I was expecting and what I experienced while I was here was two completely different things. I think the Morocco I was expecting to see, I essentially saw in the old Medina last night in Marrakesh, and I kind of thought that the whole of Morocco was like that. I thought it was going to be a lot more conservative, but it's been incredibly friendly and very welcoming. It makes me feel proud to be an African.
Well, before I came here, I read up a bit about the country, so I knew that it was a predominantly Muslim country and that there was a lot of Islamic and Arab influence in the country. I also knew that the country was very much a desert country, and my perception was, before coming here, was that it's a country that has very traditional values and a traditional way of living.
Casablanca is, for me, it's a city. You see a city which is a mix of African, European, and sort of an American and Eastern. It's almost like the whole world coming together in Casablanca. But it's been preserved very well, because initially it looks very, parts look very old, and then you see it's looking very new, and then it's looking very cosmopolitan. It's been a wonderful experience, but it's different from Marrakesh. I've seen that. Yeah, very different.
It's a very beautiful city. I think it's European in outlook, but culturally also African and Middle Eastern. So it's quite a good mix of cultures. The diversity is marvelous.
I've actually had a great experience. So one of my passions is business in emerging markets, and it's something that I'm enjoying reading up on. And so coming through to ESCA and the educational platform that was given to us in terms of the curriculum here was a great flow of information from a cultural background flowing through to the geopolitics background, but more particularly the implementation of strategy in emerging markets. Again, coming from the banking sector, it was great meeting the guy from the Bank Populaire. It was great meeting him and being able to practically compare banking in Morocco versus banking in South Africa, and the fundamental differences was great. And so I enjoyed the university's theoretical background, but more particularly the speakers based on the practical background.
ESCA is a university that has understood very well the strategy of the country, of creating Morocco as a gateway to Africa, probably also as a gateway to Europe, the Middle East, the MENA region, and perhaps to the rest of the world, and they are propagating that strategy. So I think that's what I picked from the engagements and interactions which I had with the faculty staff and the lecturers, that they are really selling Morocco as a new economy in this region, and this strategy appears to be, everybody appears to be moving with one strategy. So and that strategy is really to establish Morocco as a gateway to the world, and also to the continent in particular.
The business school has got very, very good leaders, not only professors at the business school, and that they bring relevant, up-to-date knowledge to the university to teach to the students, rather than just purely book knowledge. And I like the way that it's integrated with not only just business, but way of life, cultural, political, whichever which way, not only just in Morocco, but internationally and within Africa. I think they really do play a lot on the fact that Morocco is African, it's Arabic, it is Mediterranean, so you won the whole bunch of things, which is just absolutely fantastic, and I like the way that the professors exploit that in a positive way.
I think the best moment was when we went to, there were many of them, but I think the most spectacular one was when we were at Marrakesh, and we were at the market to see the different cultures, the waves of people that were there, the thousands and thousands of people that just kept on coming, and the lively festival atmosphere that we found when we were there.
Okay, my best moment during the trip has been, I would say, to Marrakesh, because there I saw diversity, which was remarkable, but which was being, you could see it's brought a lot of benefit to the whole country, and diversity which you never knew could exist, you know. But that was very remarkable, and for me that was my best highlight, that diversity in terms of the cultures, the people, the contrast.
Having street food last night in Marrakesh, it was absolutely amazing. If I can suggest anything differently, I would suggest another day in Marrakesh, and I would love some more street.
The best moment during the trip, I'd have to say, was the Old Medina market last night in Marrakesh. It was something magical.
I would definitely recommend to other fellow Cape Townians and South Africans to come to Morocco. I think it's a very diverse and cosmopolitan country. Since I've been here, I've experienced how well people coexist, how the different faiths, the different cultures, the different nationalities live seamlessly and integrate and interact with one another, and I think it's a very unique experience. Coming from South Africa, where we have also many different cultures and nationalities and religions, it's similar, but I also think Morocco is very unique in the way that people actually tolerate and live with one another. And I think that's an experience that South Africans can come and have a look at as well. I'd like to thank all the professors and the students and the administrators at ESCA, the business school, for inviting and accepting our university to come for this study tour. It's definitely been an eye-opening and enriching experience, and I think we will take a lot of lessons back from here that we can apply in our own country when we get back home.